Hey gang, it's Tim and welcome to Focus Friday. Today I want to talk about how you as an agency owner prioritize things. So you have to understand what your real job is as an agency owner in order to create the right prioritization. For a lot of you, most maybe, you think your job is to actually create happy clients, to make your clients happy, to serve them. And while your job is in fact to serve them, your real job is not to do the work that makes them happy, but to create the systems and teams that make them happy. But when you are thinking about prioritization, you are thinking about stuff that's on fire, right? So you jump in and fix something that's broken, or you call the customer and change the nature of the relationship through your founder magic. But if we want to think about what's important to you, so what's important to you, yes, revenue retention and preservation and client retention, super important, absolutely. But the priority should be on creating the systems and empowering your team to create client retention. It shouldn't be as the result of an heroic effort from you. So your priority as a leader isn't to come in and rescue, even though that feels pretty good, right? Like if you're just saving something, your priority is to figure out what's wrong and fix it. Now so that's on the retention side. And then on the business development side, well, what's the priority? Well, you probably think that there's two priorities, like we've got to build brand and all that sort of stuff. But listen, as an agency, your brand actually does matter a lot, but not in the way you think. Your brand doesn't matter because people think, oh, who is the brand that I go to? Who's the agency brand that I trust for Facebook ads or to help my fashion brand? Right? That's not real. Folks who are not in the agency world don't have a sense of agency brand. You build your brand because it matters and it helps you sell stuff, but very rarely does your brand attract folks. I mean, there are exceptions, true, but very rarely does your agency brand attract people because they think of you as a leader in a thing. Now, what does matter? The priority needs to be what gets us from where we are right now to where we need to be in the short term. And chances are that isn't in the world of marketing. Chances are it's in the world of business development. And so business development is different. Business development actually involves talking to customers, not creating messaging or customer journey. It's about talking to people. So the priority as an agency leader is creating a situation where the people who are in charge of generating sales in your organization, that's you for a lot of you folks, and in bigger agencies it's somebody else, but your priority as the agency leader is how do we make it more possible today, right now, for the people who are in charge of creating customer client relationships, how do we get them to talk to more people today? That's your priority. So what do you need to move, change, adjust, fix, compel, whatever? How do you make that simple act of getting people on your team talking to more potential clients? That's your priority. When it comes to your staff, the priority today cannot be, what does my org chart look like next year when I've doubled my revenue. Like, you have time to plan that. Your priority today is who's underperforming, who's overstressed, who's at capacity, and how can I help them? Because your team, as we talked about at the beginning of this video, your team is the key to creating happy, satisfied, retained clients. So your priority today is, what can I do to make my team happier, healthier, more responsive, more empowered, and more joyful? What can you do today? So your priorities, interestingly enough, and these are sort of, this is a little bit backwards. Your priority is not to jump in and fix a fire on the delivery side. Your priority is to work on the system that creates great delivery. On the business development side, your goal today shouldn't be thinking about how do I put more people in the pipeline, because you have processes for that. You need to think about, what can I do today to allow my business development team to talk to more people today? And from a staff perspective, you need to think about, what can I do today to make my team more effective? And so that's your priority. Everything else, marketing, planning, service creation, service refinement, those are all projects that happen over time. But every day, you need to start with the priorities, or how do I build a system that retains clients? How do I get my biz dev team in front of more folks today? And for my team, how do I make them healthier, happier, and more effective today? Everything else is a project, but your priorities are those three. Thanks. And that's your focus for Friday.